Okay, so what I did is I took my scallops, I patted them dry, I seasoned them very well with some cracked black pepper, some sea salt, granulated garlic, and Cajun Memphis seasoning. And I seared them first around the pot. Then I added the shrimp, seasoned the same way right in the middle. Now I'm going to just put them on low heat and let them cook all the way through before I start doing the rest. The pasta that I used today was penne de secco pasta. Okay, so in a clean skillet, you're going to take a jarred Alfredo sauce, have the skillet over medium heat so that it starts bubbling and reducing, and always season your Alfredo sauce. I'm using cracked black pepper, I love pepper, granulated garlic, and a little bit of basil. You could use parsley or oregano instead. Then, a little trick that my mom taught me was you take the jarred pasta and you fill it up with a little bit of water and you shake it, just to get all the, the extra cream that is in there, the extra sauce that is left in there. And you put that right in the sauce, and it looks a little bit watery, but it will reduce, and it'll get delicious once you add like the other stuff. And I don't know if you could see that white bowl over there to my left, but I have the seared scallops and the shrimp that I took out of this skillet, and I put them there to rest and get all delicious and let go of the juices and rest and all that. So right now I'm just mixing up the sauce, just making sure all the spices are everywhere. Oh, there's a little, yeah. Okay, so then my water is boiling, so that's already salted water. You want to have flavor in every little component of this. So I'm going to toss in my my penne pasta, and make sure that once you toss it in, you give it a good stir and you cover it up. So I'm doing that now. No olive oil in the water, guys, because then the sauce will not stick to the pasta. Okay. So then we're going to take some broccoli and just cut it into bite-sized pieces. I'm not using the stem. I'm just using like the top ones. Cutting them, bite-sized, fork-sized pieces. You don't want anything too big or so. There, I just cut them. That's my salted water, the pasta, and the Alfredo sauce. Now I'm going to just drop in my broccoli pieces into my salted, a little bit of water. I'm just going to get them to be like a bright green. Still crunchy. I don't want mushy vegetables in my pasta. So once I put them all in there and arrange them, I'm going to just cover them, and that'll take literally about 1 minute to 2 minutes. Don't forget to keep stirring your pasta. You don't want that to stick to the bottom and become a big ball of mush. So just a quick little stir. Then I'm taking my shrimp and my scallops, and I'm just dropping them into my Alfredo sauce. Making sure to reserve the extra liquid, because I will be using that later on. If my Alfredo sauce is too thick, I rather use a little water on the bottom of the bowl than like pasta water, because there's more flavor, obviously, on the bottom of the bowl. All that, garlic, pepper, salt, sea salt, Cajun spice. Okay, so see, my broccoli is already nice and bright green. So I'm going to drop that in, making sure to drain it a little bit. Drop that into my pasta. I'm sorry, not my pasta, my Alfredo sauce with my shrimp and scallops. And the Alfredo sauce was already nice and thickened, and it was just delicious already by itself. So I'm just going to mix that in, give it a good little stir, and just kind of eyeballing it and seeing if it needs the reserved liquid, the seasoned liquid. And here I noticed that it does need it, so I'm going to take all that deliciousness that's in the bottom of that white bowl, and I'm going to pour it all in there, and I'm going to let that reduce just a little bit. Since we are cooking all that pasta, it's going to need as much sauce as we can get. Okay, so my pasta is cooked. I'm going to drain it on a strainer because I could not find the colander. So just making sure that's nice and drained. I put that back on the stovetop, keeping just a little bit of pasta water, just a little tiny bit. It'll cook off in the heat once I turn that on. Then I'm gonna take my Alfredo sauce with shrimp and scallops and broccoli, and I'm gonna pour that in to the cooked pasta with a little bit of pasta water. That just looks amazing. Making sure to get every drop of that Alfredo sauce. Giving it a good stir. Making sure every little pasta is coated with that delicious sauce and just pure deliciousness. Then I'm gonna cover it and let it sit for about 4 minutes. Keeping an eye on it, making sure it doesn't burn, and stirring it. So I'm going to take Philadelphia cooking cream, Italian herbs, and cheese, and I'm going to stir that in. This is not a very healthy dish, but it is delicious. So I'm just taking all that cream cheese and herbs, and I'm going to make this dish even more rich than it already was. Just stirring that up, making sure not to burn yourself. And once it's all stirred like this, I'm just playing with it at this point. You're gonna just leave it on the heat for a little bit longer, let it, get nice and thick, and then you're pretty much done. So here is the finished product. The pasta is al dente. The shrimp is delicious. The scallop is perfectly cooked. The broccoli is still a little bit crunchy. It's just really, 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 really good.